John and Sarah were a young couple who had been living together for 5 years. They had always talked about starting a family, and finally the time had come. They were expecting a baby and were beyond excited for this new chapter in their lives. Hey there, Viral Videos here. Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell. We post the most beautiful, amazing, and scary videos every single day. Let's proceed with the video. One of the most important members of their family was their dog, Bella. Bella was a golden retriever who had been with them for 3 years and was like a child to them. They had always talked about how Bella would be the perfect big sister to their future child. As the due date approached, John and Sarah prepared the nursery and made sure that Bella would be comfortable with the new arrival. They spent extra time with her, took her for longer walks, and made sure that she was well trained. They knew that the transition could be difficult for her, but they were determined to make it as smooth as possible. Finally, the day came when Sarah went into labor. John was by her side every step of the way, and they welcomed a beautiful baby boy named Jack. When they brought him home, Bella was curious, but also acted a little nervous. She sniffed around the baby and gave him a few licks, and then retreated to her bed, watching them from a distance. For the first few days, Bella seemed distant and unsure of what to make of the new arrival. But as she got used to the sound of her cries and smell, she gradually warmed up to him. John and Sarah noticed that she would often come over to the crib and lay down beside it, keeping watch over the baby. In the weeks that followed, Bella and Jack seemed to develop a special bond. Bella would follow him everywhere his mom took him, and Jack would giggle and reach for her fur. They would often nap together, and Bella would always be there to protect him from any potential dangers. John and Sarah were overjoyed to see their family grow and watch their dog and their baby bond in the most beautiful way. They knew that they had made the right decision in preparing Bella for the arrival of their new baby, and that the bond between them would only continue to strengthen in the years to come. As Jack grew older, Bella's behavior around him began to change. At first, she was always by his side, watching over him and protecting him, but as he started to crawl and pull himself up on furniture, Bella's behavior became increasingly strange. She would growl and bark at him, even when he was doing nothing more than playing with his toys. She would snap at him if he got too close to her, and she would often retreat to her bed, refusing to be near him. John and Sarah were confused and worried about Bella's sudden change in behavior. They sought the help of a professional dog trainer who suggested that Bella might be feeling threatened by the baby's newfound mobility. She advised them to establish clear boundaries and rules for Bella, such as not allowing her to be in the same room as the baby without supervision. They also worked on obedience training with Bella to help her understand that the baby was a part of the family and that she needed to accept and protect him. John and Sarah also made sure to give Bella plenty of attention and exercise to prevent her from feeling neglected or jealous. Furthermore, they made sure to give her plenty of positive reinforcement when she was around the baby and behaved well. Over time, John and Sarah were relieved to see Bella's behavior improve, and they were grateful for the help of the professional trainer. They knew that it would be a work in progress, and they were committed to making sure that Bella and Jack would grow up together as a happy family. As Jack grew older, he started to sleep through the night in his own crib. John and Sarah were happy to have their own bed back, but they noticed that Bella seemed to be having a hard time adjusting to the new arrangement. Every night, as soon as they put Jack to bed, Bella would lay down next to the crib and refuse to move. She would whine and scratch at the door if they tried to move her away, and they quickly learned that it was easier to just let her stay. At first, John and Sarah were worried that Bella's behavior was a sign of separation anxiety. But as they watched her, they saw that she was not acting out of distress, but rather out of a deep sense of protectiveness. She would lay next to the crib watching over Jack as he slept, and they could see that she was completely at peace. They started to see that Bella had become a protector, a companion, and a friend to the little baby. Her presence made Jack feel more secure and comforted, and he would often reach out and touch her fur as he drifted off to sleep. John and Sarah came to realize that Bella's behavior was a sign of her love and devotion to the family, and they felt grateful to have such a loving dog. They knew that Bella would always be there to protect and care for Jack, just as she had been there for them. They continued to let Bella sleep at the crib, and it became a routine for the family. Bella and Jack grew up together and formed an unbreakable bond. John and Sarah knew that Bella would always be Jack's first best friend, and he would always be her little pup. As Jack grew older, he started to talk and became more independent. One day, while playing with his toys, he said something that made John and Sarah's blood run cold. "Bad man hurt Bella," he said. John and Sarah were shocked and immediately questioned Jack about what he meant. It took some time, but they were finally able to piece together a disturbing story. Jack had apparently witnessed someone hurting Bella in their backyard. He wasn't able to give many details, but he said that the man had been hitting Bella with a stick and that she had been yelping in pain. John and Sarah were horrified and immediately called the police. They gave a description of the man, and the police launched an investigation. They searched the neighborhood, but were unable to find any leads. In the meantime, John and Sarah tried to make sense of what had happened. They realized that Bella's strange behavior around Jack had been her way of protecting him from the trauma she had suffered. They felt guilty for not realizing what was going on sooner and for not being able to protect Bella. The police investigation ultimately came up empty and the case went cold, but the incident had a lasting impact on the family. Bella's behavior improved significantly, and she seemed to have finally come to terms with what had happened. She was still protective of Jack, but she no longer growled or barked at him. She was once again the loving companion that John and Sarah had always known. John and Sarah were grateful for Bella's love and devotion, and they knew that they would always be there to protect and care for her in return. They also decided to install security cameras around the house and backyard to ensure that something like this would never happen again. What did you think of the story? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, like the video and subscribe. See you next time.